What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another trip. Today we are starting, well, technically continuing because we're here for the second day, our trip to Washington State. So last night we landed in Seattle. We spent the evening, we didn't sleep there, just our flight landed at 2 o'clock. We spent about a couple hours in Seattle walking around, exploring a little bit. It wasn't too much yet to do because a lot of things are still closed after the protests and after the viruses, but it was still a couple enjoyable hours. Then that same night we drove to the city that we spent the night in, which is in Cedar-Woolley. We got there a hotel which is close to our first part of the trip, which is in the North Cascades Mountains, which we are at now. So right now we are in the Cascade Pass, I believe is what it's called, which is at the top. As you could tell, we are as lucky as ever with the weather. It's beautiful. It's raining. We got Ali here preparing for a little hike. Say hi, babe.
Hi.
So the hike should be about 6 hours. It's currently 11 o'clock. We checked the weather. It says that it's supposed to clear up around 2. So we're hoping kind of halfway through the hike it's gonna look better. At least that's what I hope, because it's supposed to be really nice. It's also chilly. It's like 50 degrees, 55 degrees, which we didn't expect. We are here in the middle of August, so we were hoping that would be warmer, but it's not. There's still snow, which was a surprise as we were going up. Thought maybe the peaks are gonna have it, but no, there was definitely some glaciers and still some snow in the area. And yeah, so right now we're gonna basically take you on a day through the Cascade National Park, through the mountains, and show you what we could get done in a day and show you the best spots and things to do. So we're currently hiking the Cascade Pass Trail. It was about, I guess, like a 40-minute drive from the main road. It was also our first stop on the way from our hotel. Trail is uphill. It's about, I think it's 2.5 hours, 2 hours, something like that. It was cold when we got there, as you saw, but we hiked up the mountain. Sorry, I'm kind of out of breath. We hiked up the mountain a little bit, and the sun is starting to burn out the clouds, and it also gets a lot warmer because you're hiking. So we made the rookie bee mistake of wearing a hoodie under our little light jackets. And we were looking at all the people there, and you know, there's always people that have like shorts on, yep, t-shirts on, like no clothes, and we're like, wow, these people are insane. And now as we've hiked for like, I think we've been here in 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, I could definitely relate to why. When we took them off, I pulled my camera out finally because it's not like raining, and I'm really hoping that it clears up because it looks like it could be beautiful. I'm trying to fall. It looks like it could be really beautiful here, and I hope as we get higher up and later in the day that it really clears up. So what do you think of this view? We finally got to a little bit of a clearing. Finally, there's some clearing. We can see something. Barely though, this cloud is not cooperating, but I mean here. There's a little spot right there. Over there. Yep, you can kind of see it. It's tough, but it's there. There's a little side a little better 2 seconds ago, but I think we're almost at the top. I think we are definitely very high. We've probably been hiking I think 2 hours more or less. We got out, started hiking around 11:30, and it's 1:30, and the view could potentially be very incredible. It could be, but it's not. It's definitely rough out there. But we're hoping, and I doubt it, that it will clear up. We've seen some kind of empty spots around a little bit here and there, but no luck so far. But it's a great hike. It's definitely a great hike. So we have made it a little bit higher. I thought we were halfway, but I think we're definitely not halfway. And this view is absolutely incredible. There's still clouds, definitely, but it's just absolutely outstanding. Take a look at that. Take a look at that view. Oh my god, I am like lost for words. Some of the clouds have cleared out. There was a little bit less, but if you look in the distance, you could see like the waterfalls, you could see the glaciers melting. It's absolutely gorgeous. The hike, to see just this alone, has definitely been worth it. When I turned around, because we were looking forward and it was clearing up, but when I turned around and I saw into that valley, I got so excited. You should have seen it. It's absolutely breathtaking, this view. Words can't even describe it. This hike I was disappointed, but this has definitely made it all worth it. So we made it to the top. We spent a couple minutes there. We had a beautiful view. Just as we got there, we saw the other part of the Cascade Mountains, and then we sat down. A lot of snow. We sat down, literally started eating. I had a cookie, she had a protein bar, and not even like 30 seconds later the clouds came in and it disappeared.
And it got so much colder.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It is pretty cold. It's probably 40 degrees over here, but I can't even imagine what this looks like on a clear day when there is no clouds here. But I'm still very happy and very grateful that we got to see even a few minutes of it when we were hiking here. It's definitely well worth it. And now we're turning around and we're on our way back. My goal is to be able to make it in about 2 hours down, maybe even earlier, because we're not going to stop anymore. My goal is not to stop. You know, hopefully Ali doesn't stop us either. So I don't know, take off her pants for the 4th time. But we're on our way. We got probably about 2-hour hike, like I said, back. Then about a 40-minute drive back to the main trail. We still have a lot of spots that I want to hit. The lakes, some of the passes, but none of them are really long hikes. And I wanted to make sure we start with the hardest thing first and then make our way towards the others. So hopefully it's not as cloudy on the other side, and hopefully we are able to hit everything in time, man. We'll see you guys back at the start of the trailhead. So we've made it back to the car, so you guys could see. The hike was beautiful, pretty long overall. So we left here at about 11:30. It's 4:40 now, so 5 hours, and we've made a couple stops. We weren't really in a rush. Took a lot of pictures when we got up there when the sky cleared up. The weather also cleared up now, so there's still some clouds in the sky, but you could definitely see the mountains right there. It's absolutely incredible. We're gonna get into the car. We about have maybe, I want to say, 3 more hours of the day to work with, more or less. So we're gonna get out of here, and about 5 more stops, but this was the longest one, definitely, for sure. A little hikes, but I think Lake Diablo is gonna be next. We'll see. So we just stopped at this incredible overlook. We saw it on the side of the road. I think it was something Gorge Overlook. I'll put the name right under. But it is absolutely incredible. Look at this view behind me. Look at this river. There's also some falls that you could probably hear. Can't get them all, but you guys will see a shot of them. Right there. Absolutely incredible. And the river is so blue, so I wouldn't call it blue, but maybe like a turquoise green. It looks really nice. It's literally right on the right side of Highway 20 as we're heading towards Diablo. About the halfway point between the National Visitor Center and the Diablo City. Nice little pull off, maybe 5-20 seconds off the trailhead. Definitely recommend stopping and pulling over. So we just made it to the Thunder Knob trailhead, to the trail itself. There was actually parking right in front of it, which was pretty convenient, pretty cool. I don't know if we're allowed to park there, but it was literally 4 spots. It said walk-in sites only. There's no other cars there, and there's not really any people on the trail here, but the trail itself so far looks really nice. There's like a creek running, which I'll show to you right back there. I'm sure you could definitely hear it. There's a bunch of rocks. It's not supposed to be too long from what we've read. We don't have a lot of time. It's like 6:43, sunsets at 9-ish. So we'll see how quickly we can walk in and what this trail has. Supposed to have a really nice view of Diablo Lake. Let's see. So the day today has made an absolute like 360. The sky is super blue. Everything looks really nice. And this trail, it's not bad. It's not bad compared to the other one, of course. There's a lot of fallen trees. There was only one really that was blocking the path, but it's relatively uphill. The views around there are gorgeous, though. You could see, if you could see it now, I'll show you guys. Right there, you see that? It's absolutely incredible. It's kind of to our back right now, but I'm sure on the way back it's gonna look really nice. And a lot of people are saying that the kind of the outlook from this trailhead, I don't know why I keep saying trailhead, from this trail is supposed to be really, really nice of Lake Diablo, because when you're driving on Highway 20, you're gonna have a journal view of Lake Diablo, but this is kind of like a raised, elevated look. It's 7:12, so we're kind of running out of time. Thankfully, you know, sun does set at 9 during the summer, so we have a little bit of advantage there, but I think we're gonna have to miss a couple spots. So we made it to the top of the trail. The overview is pretty nice. The lake looks absolutely incredible. It's a little windy, so it's not as still as it's looked in the pictures and looked pretty much elsewhere, but it does look very, very nice. There's a couple peaks around us like I've already showed you guys. There's one there, there's one right against the sun that you probably can't see. There's one more behind me, but it looks gorgeous, and I'm sure if it's not as windy, as you can probably hear right now, that it looks incredible over here. I would definitely recommend stopping here because the Lake Diablo overlooks right off the road, so you could easily do that, but this one gives you a little bit of a higher altitude, a higher look with the background of the mountains. It looks really, really nice. We're gonna turn around now. We're gonna head back down the hill, hopefully make it to the bottom of the trail before it gets super dark, and then the goal is to stop at the actual overlook itself, and then we're gonna make our way towards Washington Pass. Let's see if we can make there before super nighttime. So we thought it was over, but we proceeded a little bit further up the trail. The view is like 10 times better. Look at the color of that lake. The sun is still bouncing off of it. The peak at the top, look at it. Wrong way. Look at it up there. The pictures and the shots look absolutely incredible. I know that's the adjective I keep using, but I'm at a loss for words. It is so beautiful. If you make it up here, make sure you continue all the way towards the end of the trail, not towards that little overlook that you think is the lake. No, then you get this with the snow-capped mountain. Wow.
So we finally made it back from the trail. It took an hour and 40 minutes. So it wasn't short, but it wasn't as long as the other one that we previously did. The view was amazing. It was so high. There was so many mountains around. The water was so blue, green. It was beautiful. Super windy, but it definitely super beautiful. Now we're gonna get in our rent car, and we're gonna head to Diablo. Let's go.
So we made it to Diablo Lake, the outlook over here, and I think one of the best parts is just how convenient it is. It's literally right off the road, and after hiking all day, there's nothing I'd prefer more than that. But the view, it's kind of windy up here, but the view is absolutely breathtaking. I've said that a lot today, but look at this. And the mountains right there, some behind me, a little river right there. It is gorgeous. I see why so many people said to stop here, and it makes it so easy. It's literally right off the road. Can't make it any easier. So now we're probably gonna get back in the car. We walked around for a little bit, and we're gonna try to make it back to Washington Pass. I believe it's a 30-minute drive. That's probably going to be our last stop for the day if we do make it. So let's see if we could book it there before we completely run out of daylight. Well guys, you probably expected the Washington Pass, but it's clearly not where we're at. We are in a Shell gas station. So two things pretty much happened. Right as we left the Diablo overlook, I noticed that the car had only 2 slivers of gas. It said about 60 miles. And from where we were coming from, it was about a 20-mile drive, and there was no service. It was 20 miles one way, and I knew it was at least 20 miles the other way. So we pretty much had to make an executive decision, which was to go to a gas station. The closest gas station was like 30 miles the other way. So based on the title of the video, you can do the Cascade National Park, the mountains, in a day. You just got to do one of two things. You either skip the kind of 7-mile hike through the Cascade Pass, which what we did in the beginning of the video, but I definitely wouldn't recommend that. It's probably one of my favorite parts. It's absolutely beautiful, breathtaking, especially if you line up the weather. It could be one of the best parts of the trip. Or you leave a little bit earlier. So this morning we left at, I want to say, like 9 o'clock in the morning, more or less, and by the time we got to our first stop was 11 a.m. 11:30ish a.m. so was not enough time. So if you leave maybe at 6, if you leave at 7 and you get to that Continental Pass, maybe you're there by 9, you still have enough time to do maybe 1 or 2 more hikes. So keep that in mind for sure. I don't regret it, right? We kind of lined it up with the weather because I knew I had to leave earlier, because I looked up the weather and I saw the cloud cover was going to be rough at the first part. So we were able to see some really, really beautiful mountains today. We were able to see the Continental Pass. We had the clouds clear up just like I expected them to, so that worked out in our favor. We also have 6 more days in Washington. We just got here really. We got here really yesterday, and today's really only our 2nd day here. So keep an eye out for those videos. We're gonna explore Mount Rainier. We're gonna do St. Helens. We're gonna do the Olympic State Park, or National Park, sorry. So we'll see you guys then. Like always, thank you so much for tuning into the video. If you guys liked it, leave a like in the section below. If you enjoyed and would like to see more content, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.